Welcome to Critical Reading Class. My name is Evi Aziza Febrianti, and today in our sixth week, we're going to talk about summary. In today's session, we're going to discuss three questions. The first one is, what is summary? The second one is, what is the purpose of making summary? And then the third one is, what is the technique of making a good summary? So let's get started with the first question. What is summary? Summary is a brief restatement in your own words of a content of a passage. And a passage can be a group of paragraph, can be a chapter, an article, or a book. So here we focus on the length. It must be brief, and the way you say it must be in your own words, so it means that it will be different from the original. And let's move on to the second question. So what is the purpose of making a summary? Because you are a student, at least there are three purposes. The first one is to demonstrate that you fully understand what you read. So when you make a summary, you will focus your attention on the content, the purpose, and also the organization of ideas. And you will separate the main ideas and supporting ideas. So when you can make all of those things brief in your summary, it means that you understand the main thing from that text. So the second purpose is to integrate source material into an essay or research paper. Summarizing is actually a common way of presenting ideas that you will explore in a paper, because later on you will write a lot of paper. That skill is needed for students like you. The last one is to study for examination. So summary is a good study tool because it helps you to understand and remember the most important information in textbook and lectures. So that's why we need to learn how to make a good summary. So before we talk about the technique, I will talk about a good summary. What makes a summary a good summary? So actually we have to consider the quality of summary. There are three things that are very important. The first one is objectivity. So when you become objective, it's very difficult in making summary, because when making a summary, you will choose some information in your summary, and then it will be very subjective. But still, we believe that it is possible if you make it unbiased and prevent your own feeling on the subject, you can achieve objectivity. So the summary must be objective. And then the second one is brevity. So the summary must be brief, concise. As Albert Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So keep it simple. And then the last one is completeness. Just because you make it shorter doesn't mean that it is not complete. So make the information in your summary as complete as you can. So make sure these three things is in your summary so that you will have a good summary. So now we're going to talk about the technique. So what is the technique of making a good summary? So I will explain it step by step. The first step is read the passage carefully. So you know the structure, you have to find out what is the purpose of the author in writing the text. So it will help you to distinguish between the more important and the less important information. And then after that, reread the text and then underline the key ideas, the key terms, okay, the label. So you will divide the passage into sections so that you will understand it clearly. And then after that, write one sentence summary. After you read, after you understand, please write your summary in a separate sheet of paper so that it will be totally different wording with the original text. And then after that, write a thesis. What is thesis? Thesis is the central idea of the passage. So here, it can be a one or two sentence summary of the entire passage. So it will be determined by the kinds of text. If you have descriptive passage, for example, it will be a description of the subject. And then if you have persuasive text, you will find out the conclusion from the text. And then after that, write the first draft. You can combine the thesis with one sentence summary or just make a list of one sentence summary. And then you can also eliminate the repetition here and then eliminate less important information or adding some detail if it is important. After that, You can check your summary against the original passage. So you have to differentiate your own summary because you have to state it in your own words. So please make sure that your summary have different wording compared to the original one. And then the last one, revise your summary. Please check the style and then the logical flow because this is very important, and then the grammar and punctuation. So here you can also check the spelling because sometimes you misspell, and then check the coherence of the sentence. Okay, so that's the technique. So there are 7 steps. So I hope you can follow the steps and then try to make a good summary. Thank you very much.